Welcome back, Cozy Travelers. I hope everybody had a good couple of weeks. If you're new to my channel, I want to welcome you to the Cozy Travelers crew over here. And if you're coming back, I want to welcome you back. On today's video, I'm going to keep in the theme of it being the mid-year point. And since last time it was kind of checking in with my journals and planners, I want to actually check in with the pens that I've gotten up to this point. So for last year's, I did like a whole list of like all the pens I got in the year. So this time I'm going to split it up a little bit and just kind of go through the ones I've purchased thus far. So I guess, yeah, we'll just start right off the bat. The first grouping of them, I'm actually going to show all three of them together because I got these all at the same event, and that was at the Philly Pen Show. And if you've actually seen that video, it was one of my first show videos on this channel. And those three pens I got at the event were the Esterbrook Sea Glass. I had gotten the nib actually ground there because Gina Salarino from Custom Nib Studios was there. Actually ground it to a journaler's nib for me. The one currently on here isn't that nib. I had actually swapped it out to just a regular medium, but I do have one now that I could put in the Esterbrook. So I'm just gonna show what that looks like. And the really gorgeous resin that's on the Sea Glass pen. I love these like turquoise green shades, so I've filled so many different fun colors in this pen already. And it's actually one of my currently inked pens. So if you've watched my summer pens lineup and spring, actually, this pen has made an appearance in both. Next up here is the one that I got from Mike's Pen Fun. This didn't have a name, so I called it my tiger pen because of the coloring and also the fun clip that I picked on it that reminds me of a tail. On here, it's just a regular Yovo nib. No, it's a Bach, sorry. This is a Bach nib tuned by Kirk Spear from Pen Realm. And yeah, really great writer. Really gorgeous pen in general. And yeah, no complaints there for that one. And then the last one I got at that event was my Sailor Mini Iron Blue, which looks like I've already made a mark on it. Well, my pens do get used, so but in there, I got, when I originally bought it, I didn't have the actual converter because I found out when I got this that the minis don't take the same cartridge, the same converter as the standard, which does kind of make sense. So I got the mini one, and I've been loving this one. Typically for this color, I either use the Troublemaker Abalone color or the Sailor collab with Tinterias, which is a podcast about pens and stuff. And they had a color that came out, which was Agave, which was a gorgeous kind of shade of blue like this. So those are the three I got at the Philly Pen Show. The next two I didn't purchase together, but I'm going to show them because they are basically the same pen. They are both the... Actually, let me bring you in a little bit. They're both the Natami pens. This one is the crystal clear, and this one is in the green. The Natami ones I found originally on AliExpress, and I thought the style of them are really gorgeous. The weight of them is also really heavy. Both of them also I really enjoyed had the rose gold trim. And write really smooth for a fine pen. The green one I have, again, currently inked up right now. I'll talk about it in the next update for this, but there was a change to this one already. But yeah, both really gorgeous pens, writes well, and plus side, they're only about 18 bucks. And you can find them on Amazon. All right, we're cruising. Next one here we have is my TWSBI in the Espresso Bronze. This one was an immediate purchase for me the second I saw TWSBI announce it. I just love dark brown colors, and I knew I would have plenty of browns to work with this one. Currently the one that I love with it is the the Sailor Studio one, 673. That one's my favorite right now and perfect match for this to me, especially when you're writing with the medium. And unfortunately, I don't think I'm gonna get the matcha one, which is also part of the breakfast series. I also technically don't have the cafe one, which is like the lighter brown one. I have the cream and I have this one. The matcha one is like, the shade is just, I wish there was something a little bit different about it. So it's not 100% purchase for me. And the same thing with the cafe one. Like, it was almost like too much of like a yellowish brown that I wasn't super sold on it. But yeah, I'm a huge Twisby fan, so I'm really glad that I did get the espresso. This one here is another one that, unsurprisingly, is inked up for my summer pens, and I think was also for my spring. And this is the Jinhao 1919 Didao in green. This one here has a really huge nib. It's in a medium. And what I find really cool about it is that it has like a little, like, let's see if I could focus on it. Like EKG line here, which is pretty cool. I always find it really interesting when they do something like special like that on a pen, and especially on a Jinhao, which is really cool. The capacity of ink on this one is pretty insane. Like, the pen itself is already huge. Like, in my hand, I have like, I want to say pretty average hands, not like too small. But like the capacity on this thing is huge. I think I have, yeah, so I have a Sailor one. I just happen to have it empty. Like, the size comparison between these two is crazy. So this one will hold a lot of ink, which is really nice. But I guess with that, because it's a medium pen, it does use up more ink, which is nice. So right now I have this inked up with the Hotarubi Platinum, no, Pilot? Yeah, Pilot Shizuku Hotarubi, which is a nice like bright green. But yeah, so because of the color of this, I've also kind of deemed this my pickle pen. So, really cute, big pen. Ooh, next up is a really fun one for me. So, I had never purchased a pen from Mayfair. I had seen Karina Loves the Plans video about them, and I started following their Instagram. And then I just happened to align and follow them like a day before they were dropping a bunch of their pocket pens. And at this point, I had very much been into like my pocket pen era. So I was like, okay, this is a must for me. And I think it was even pushed more by the fact that I saw the colorway. And that was for this one with the golden tortoise with gold leaf. The barrel itself resin was by Papa J Woodwork, or I think it's Papa J Studios now. And yeah, I was like blown away from the gold leafing in the body, and the cap is really gorgeous. Currently I have this one still inked up for my spring pens. I actually refilled it with a custom mix I made with the ink from Vinta, and that was Vinta Hanan, a couple of drops of Vinta Santa Cruz, and a very small bit of Vinta Pomana. Right now I'm going to use it all up because this is all I have left in that sample I made. And then I'm actually probably going to ink it up with this one here. I just recently got this in a fun art crawl we did in the city. A friend was visiting from Boston. Shout out to Pam. And we went around to a lot of different places. So we went to Goods for the Study, and I bought finally my first bottle of the Kuretake Art Nouveau inks. And this one is the chrome yellow. Yeah, chrome yellow. And surprisingly, it actually is a very close match to the color I made. So now I don't have to constantly make this color. The only thing that it is missing, which I'm going to have to add myself, is the shimmer, because this is a medium nib. It's actually an eyedropper pen. And the way you fill it is you actually unscrew the nib part here, and then you fill up the body, and then you close it up. You're just going to make sure that you put grease here when you close it back up. And yeah, this is a medium nib and handles shimmer really well. So I know they're going to be at the Empire State Show in October. in New York City. So I'm really happy to kind of see their stuff in person, because sometimes, like, even if you really like a model, like sometimes there's some that are darker, some are brighter, especially with resins. You don't know like what the exact look is going to be. So it's going to be really nice to see them in person. Keeping in that pocket pen era, I got here this pen from my trip, my first ever trip to New Orleans. And at that, on that trip, I went to the stationery store Papier Plume. And they have a lot of really cool stuff. Like they have a lot of custom made wax stamps and their own ink colors. Unfortunately, I was traveling with just like a very small bag, like carry-on. So not a carry-on, a personal item. So I didn't have room for inks. And so I was like, I do want to get something really cool from there and kind of commemorate this first trip. So I was asking about their pens, because online they had said they had sold out of the, this is called the green tea colorway. But I had asked them and they said, yeah, we do actually have one more left. And sure enough, I was able to test it. And so I got it. And so this is the Jean-Pierre Lapine green tea pocket pen. Really cool details, like the swirl clip. Clip is actually a bit stiff, so I don't really use it a lot. And what I really like is that it is a twist to post. That's kind of probably one of my favorite aspects in a pocket pen, is when it does that. And yeah, like the nib here is also really gorgeous detail. It actually has the maker's signature on there, and the color is just absolutely gorgeous. On this one, you have to put either a international cartridge, or if, oh, I thought it was in there. Or if you were like me when I got it, you just have to put in one of the collapsible Kaweco converters, and those fit perfectly into here. I actually think it's, if you haven't seen what that looks like, I actually have it in my Traveler's fountain pen, which is very much, has a lot of tarnishing on it already. Yeah, so it's this one. So what's cool about this one is that when you pull it, oh, if I could pull it. Yeah, so when you pull it up, usually this part on the regular one wouldn't fit into this pen, but then when you fold it down, it fits perfectly. And these are pretty much about the same size. Actually, no, the barrel size might be the same, but the body itself, this is actually still smaller. This is a great pen, by the way. If you ever are interested in getting like a really cool pen, the Traveler's Notebook one is really cool. And I also, before I forget, I put little charms at the end with a clip and a little heart. Yep, so that was that really cool purchase for me, and commemorated that trip for me in New Orleans. Alrighty, moving right along. These two pens are no strangers to my channel, because I actually made a whole video on them. I'll link it right up here. And these are the two anime pens I got from Suragaya. And that is my Kuroko pen from Kuroko's Basketball, and my Stern Build pen from Tiger and Bunny. Both of these are collab sailor pens, both fine, because typically a lot of their collabs are all fine. But what I really love about them is that they always have really fun elements on the nib. In this case, this one has the number 11 from the his team jersey. And then on this one, I think it's the company logo. Yeah. So it's the city logo. And this one has really gorgeous art on the barrel as well, like the cap, and some gorgeous sparkles in the pen. I've yet to use this pen. I'm really lining up to use it for winter. I know that's like really long from now, but like I have a color that I really have in mind for this one, unless there's a fall pen that kind of aligns for this. And same for this. This has really cute little stuff on the cap here. A little soda bottle, like fountain drink. And then the sports team on the other side. So yeah, these are two really nice, gorgeously detailed. Oh, you know what? I don't think I've mentioned this last time, but it does have his name on there. really cool. I don't think I've noticed on the other one. I don't know why. But yeah, both really gorgeous pens. Really glad I got them. And I got them for a good deal. That was mostly the reason why I didn't get this for a while was that it was like 150 plus like shipping and handling for proxy sites from Japan. But I managed to get this on there and it was really good price. I think it was like $70 and then it was free shipping at the time. So I really couldn't beat that deal at the time. Okay, I'm going to talk about the next three because I don't know what it is about this year, but I'm very much in my pocket pen, seriously, my pocket pen era. In order of how I purchased them was the Koeko pen collab in the color Sakura Lucent, the Benu Pixie in Plum Cream, and the Mike's Pen Fun pen in the Starry Night Resin, no name to it, so I named it Cinnamon Sugar. This one was purchased because I was really looking into getting another of the Koeko Ale Sports. And I had my eye on the rose gold, but seeing from pictures, it looked a little bit too brassy for me, so I didn't want to get that one. I really wanted it to lean pink, and I just happened to be looking on eBay, just like random pens, and this came up that this was on pre-order already, so probably people purchasing from Japan are selling it from there. So I looked on the actual site and I managed to get them right before the pre-order dropped. So I set the order for that and this came in probably like a month later. This pen I got, I want to say March? Yeah, around March. So I was really glad, and it's a really gorgeous, on the camera it comes off like a lot lighter, but in person it's definitely more like a nice pretty pink. This one here was shown in my summer lineup and spring lineup, something you're seeing pretty frequent with these pens that I just got this year. With the Benu Pixie, I got it in a medium because I love this pen for shimmers. I will say for a medium nib, this one, I do have a medium in my Benu Talisman. This one's really juicy. Like, I don't know what happened, but it's almost like it's like a wetter medium or like almost like a broad. Yeah, it's really thick, but honestly, love it. The color is gorgeous. I love the bits of gold that kind of shift from the pink to purple, especially because this is like my favorite shade of purple. Yeah, love this pen. Don't love the capping when you're posting it, but honestly, I could get over that. And then the last pocket pen here is that Mike's Pen Fun pen that I've shown several times on this channel now. But I'm absolutely obsessed with this pen. It is the first run of pocket pens that he's made. And this is, I believe this is a Yovo as opposed to the Bach that was on the Tiger Tail pen. But yeah, I absolutely love this pen. I got this in a medium because I knew I wanted to 100% put shimmer in it. And that's typically, like, if there's a pen that's like this, where it's like, you can't get over how shimmery and glittery and beautiful it is, I know I want to put shimmer in it. Like, there's no way I'm not. And that happens with these type of resin pens. Twisbees, I always try to get them in a medium. And so mediums, I always, especially Western mediums, I'm very comfortable putting shimmers in them because I know it's going to be writing really well. But those are the little pocket crew here. All right, wow, we're pretty much a little bit past halfway point now. The next pen I got, I really wasn't planning on getting this one, which is my goal this year has been trying to get pens that are like under $100. Yeah, it was either under 100 or a pen that had to be not much more. This one kind of fell into that, but I think even if it was a little bit more, I would have gotten it because this is the Radius Setimo in the Bohemian Twilight. The resin is by Jonathan Brooks, and I was absolutely floored when I saw that Endless was doing pre-orders for this pen. And yeah, I immediately jumped on this. I actually do have a Radius Setimo in the Marmo Bianco, but that one, when they were selling it, they only had extra fine left, so I got an extra fine. And I still like it, even though it's an extra fine, but as you've seen, a lot of my pens are mostly mediums now. So I was so happy that I was able to get this one in a medium now. And this writes so well. Let me see if I have a scrap here. Like, let's do the name. Like, it's absolute like butter. It does help that the ink I put in here is pretty wet. It's the Colorverse Gravity Wave. Bohemian Twilight. And it's like, yeah, it's so gorgeous. I'm barely putting any pressure. Yeah, it's great. I love it. The colors are great. Writing as well. No complaints. Next one here, we haven't actually shown on the channel at all. This is the Pen BBS Year of the Tiger pen. This one I found because I always do this myself and I don't know why. I always randomly will go on Google and be like, oh, like what tiger pens are out there? And for the most part, I've gotten a good portion of them. But you know what? Sometimes a random one comes up that's in a pretty decent price. And that was the case for this one. This one I saw on Etsy from Pen BBS themselves. It was about $68. Yeah, I think it was 68. And I was absolutely amazed and gobsmacked by like how gorgeous the pen was. This is actually a piston fill, so like this actually, like this turns. Like if you have a twist speed like this, that's the same filling mechanism. The body itself is pretty light. The cap, a lot of the weight is in the cap, and I wouldn't recommend posting it. But like the clip is really cool. There's like the logo here on the top here. There's more information, and then on the nib itself, as dirty as it is, you could see a little tiger on there. And yeah, I'm really glad I could add this pen. And even though it's not like immediately looking at it, you're thinking tiger pen, I do like the little motifs of it throughout the pen itself. Perfect. So the next two pens I'm going to show together, even though I hadn't planned on getting them together. And that is both of these sailors. And the reason I said I'm going to show them together was because I bought these for myself for my birthday. I don't know what it is about sailors and when they align around my birthday, but I always end up getting a sailor. Last year I got the Sakura Mochi, and this year it's the sailor collab with Ishibun Bunkiro, and it's the Tsushima Cat pen, and this one has a little paw finial like on the top. Love it. The color is absolutely gorgeous. And then to top it off, there's a cat on the nib. Like, I'm sorry, but aside the tiger pens, there's no other pen that was made for me. So this one was the first one that I got. Then I was like, okay, that's gonna be my birthday pen. And then I saw on Mercari that somebody was selling their Pro Gear Moroccan Mint Keysun pen. I had been looking for this pen for so long. It was one of my Grail pens, and I was really like, I had seen the lowest price thing on Endless for like $280, and I was like, that's still a little high for me, like especially because my other Pro Gears had gotten around like $230. So I was like, I'm just gonna hold out. Maybe at a pen show I'll be able to find it. And so then when I saw it on Mercari for $250, I was like, okay, let me see if I could ask potentially if we could get a little lower. And I did. I managed to get this for $230. I was so excited. And I was like, yeah, it's meant to be. Again, around my birthday, so that's this pen. And it has this really gorgeous, like, really like light brown, almost purplish body, and this red cap with the green top finial. And yeah, I'm obsessed with this pen right now. I have it inked up with Wearingeul Purgatorio. I will say though, I might have to get this tuned a little bit, and I mean like just the slightest, because it has like a little bit of a scratch on the upstroke. And I'm a fan of Sailor, so I know like the feeling of feedback versus when it's a little scratchy. And so either, I don't know if it's the tines that are unaligned. Let me see if it does it now, because I did try to like wiggle it. Like they say sometimes if you press and just slightly bend it back and forth, you could adjust it. But let's see. Yeah, like there's a, like this is fine, like I don't mind that. But on the upstroke, there's almost like a resistance to it, and that I'm not a fan of. So we'll see if at the next pen show I have, if there is a nib meister, I'm gonna get that tuned. Which it is what it is. Sometimes it happens with pens, and for me, like I don't mind that. I just want to make sure that it's how I want it to write, and I'm still using it. Like honestly, I think if I put a wetter ink in this, it would work a lot better. And Wearingeul is pretty wet in my opinion, but I think if I put like an actual Sailor ink or something in this, like I would probably have less of an issue. But I think I'm just gonna get it tuned to be a little bit wetter so that I could use lighter colors and it doesn't have that scratchiness on the upstroke. Alrighty, and then that's it. We have two more. The second to last is a pen. I think this has happened a lot, but I really was not planning on getting this. And that is this Kakamori pen in the frosted green. I'm a big fan of the Kakamori brass nib and their regular nib. I actually have them both right out of frame. This one slid right in. I have the brass nib, and then I have the regular like dip nib. And I love them. So I was like, if they made a fountain pen, like I feel like they can't do any wrong. So sure enough, I tested it out on the at Goods for the Study, and yeah, this is a great pen. I love it. I don't know why I don't just leave this out. This right now is inked up with not Sailor, Yoseka. Tongmise Blue. And this is an ink I've shown in my swatching of colors and drawing. So that's what I have in here right now. I think it's a really fun match. The frosted feel of the pen is really nice. The nib is right, really juicy. So, and this is I think like $48. So I really couldn't pass it up. And this I also got at Goods for the Study in the city. If you're ever in, I think it's in Soho. Yeah, I think it's in Soho. There's technically multiple locations. So if you're ever there, test out the nibs and see if there's some really fun pens there. And now we're going up to the last pen. And this one was also gifted around the time of my birthday. And I want to shout out for my partner for this. Because they got me the ink that made me really want to get this pen for it. And this is a TWSBI Mini VAC Mini. I don't have any VACs. Like this was my very first one. And so I wanted to test it out because I always see the videos of like the filling mechanism when you press it down and it pops the ink up. And I love TWSBIs, especially pocket ones, for drawing. So I invested in this, and this was $66 on the TWSBI site. And I got it. I love it because it's the mechanism, if it's not open, it'll keep it from flooding up. So this is gonna be a great travel pen for me. And it works really well with pigment inks. Right now I have my white mini inked up with the platinum sepia brown. And I use that one pretty religiously for drawing. So I got this one with this, and the color I have in it right now is the Diatramentis Artist Ink in magenta. This one I only got a sample of. The bottle typically look like this because my partner got me that and the green gray, which the green gray I actually have in my Esterbrook Pocket Junior the green swirl one. And so it comes in a 50 ml bottle for like $19, which I think is an amazing price for, especially for a water resistant light fast ink. So I'm definitely going to be using these for watercolor and like markers. So now I really want to get the full bottle of the magenta, because this one I just got the sample of. But yeah, this is the final pen that I've gotten recently. And I trying to not get as many as I did for the first year when I had pens, which I think was 50 for that one. Ooh. But so far I'm at 20. So lined up next, I have about 2 to 3 shows that I'm planning to go to. One of them being the Commonplace Pen Show in Boston in September. And the other is going to be the Empire State Show in New York City in October, early October. I think that's the 12th I'm going to be there, which is that Sunday. So if you're going to either one of those, let me know in the comments. And then there's one after that that I personally am like pretty sure I'm going to, but it's just a matter of making sure I get the tickets. So I don't want to jinx that one until I actually have the tickets, and then I'll let you guys know on the channel. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching me talk about my pens. I've been pretty good at not getting too many that are like outside of that budget, because I know last year I threw caution to the wind with getting any pen I wanted. And I think out of all of those from last year, I've only sold one, and that was my Pelikan M200 in the Cafe Cream. I actually sold it on Macari. It just wasn't doing it for me, and I think I really had bought that pen to replace the urge of getting the, if you guys know anything about the German Sailor exclusive, the coffee bean one. Oh my god. That's a crazy one that I don't think I'll ever get. But besides that one, like all the pens I have, I use, I love when I go to meetups, bringing them with me and having people try them out. Like, it's always just so fun. And that's why I really love the pen community. Like, we're really always sharing our stuff with each other, always getting each other the recommendations. So yeah, if you're ever curious about any pens I have here and you have a question, just drop it in the comments here or reach out to me on Instagram. Like, I'll like always be happy to chat about them. And yeah, hopefully the next video I will be getting back into doing some swatching and drawing. So if you're here for that, stick around. And thank you guys all so much for watching. Stay safe and healthy, and I'll see you in 2 weeks. Bye.